Pro Football Weekly has the fantasy football matchups for you to exploit and avoid this week. And let's start with the running back position. Darren Sproles has just been a stud for the Saints.
He has. The Saints made a lot of big offseason acquisitions. I think you could argue none a bit bigger than Sproles so far. Only tight end Jimmy Graham is averaging more targets per week than Sproles is, almost 9. Carolina linebacking corps totally ravaged by injuries right now. Darren Sproles is in line for a big day.
Seems like he gets 10 yards every time he touches the ball. It's so much fun to watch him. Michael Crabtree versus the Bucs starting to come on for the Niners.
He is, yeah. He played well last week, including just making Nnamdi Asomugha look silly, which not a lot of people do, with a critical 38-yard reception late in that game. Tampa Bay defense allowing 200 yards and a score to the receiving position. Crabtree could be in line for a nice day.
Yeah, I'm still not trusting him yet. I need to see a little more than what he had last week. Jermaine Gresham versus the Jaguars. We've seen him slowly start to come on for the Bengals.
Yeah, the Jaguars struggled against Jimmy Graham from the Saints last week. So was everyone else in the NFL. But Gresham's looked really good. Dalton, young quarterback, likes to go to his tight end. And outside of a week 2 dud, Gresham's played very well thus far.
Yeah, another guy that played well last week, LeGarrette Blount, but he's on our avoid list this week.
He is. LeGarrette Blount has been exceptional the last 3 weeks, really, but he's going up against a San Francisco run defense that's ranked 4th in the NFL, allowing less than 75 yards a game. Might be a week if you have the option to leave Blount on your bench.
Yeah, they've been so good. I think their yards per carry led the league last year as well. Deion Branch versus the Jets. We saw Branch the first couple of weeks really put up big numbers, but since Wes Welker's come on, it seems like Branch has taken a back seat.
You got it. Welker's been out of his mind. There's just not enough balls to go around when Welker's catching every single one of them. So only 2 targets each of the past 2 games. Deion Branch, probably leave him on your bench this week.
You just never know, though. You don't want to dump him yet because you never know when it'll be his turn for a couple of weeks. Owen Daniels versus the Raiders. He's been a surprise. I mean, he's starting to bounce back now for the Texans, but maybe not this week playing him.
Well, Andre Johnson obviously going down. He's going to be down at least 3 weeks. Owen Daniels figures to be the biggest beneficiary, but he's going up against an Oakland defense that's been just stifling tight ends this season. Rob Gronkowski, the #1 fantasy tight end, held to 1 catch and 15 yards against the Raiders last week. May want to hold off on putting Daniels in the lineup if you have the option.
If Gronk can't get it going, I'm not sure I want to trust any tight end against that defense. That's Exploit and Avoid for this week. For the best fantasy football information, check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.